Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Need to Nerd podcast. This is episode 117, and I am your host, Heezy. And I'm joined by a man that I hope has a special announcement because of his hat. Did we get a new sponsor, Paddy B?
I wish. Oh my gosh. I've been a fan of Liquid Death for a while. Their water is fantastic.
Dude, Liquid Death, if you're listening, you don't even need to pay us. You just give us water.
Should we just tag them in everything that we do?
Yeah.
On on socials?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's like those people that send out wedding invites to companies.
I've seen that. I love that.
Yeah, we'll just be like future sponsor. Everything will just be sponsored in the future by Liquid Death. Sponsored in the future by Liquid Death. It'll be great. It won't annoy their social media team at all.
Their social media team is probably amazing with all of the different with all the ad campaigns that they've ran. They're top tier social media for sure.
I'm gonna go grab some Liquid Death after this podcast. Nerd fact of the week, none this week. We're gonna just dive right into housekeeping. Don't forget to join the Discord. Petty B, everybody's brackets are getting busted in there. Yours specifically was...
hey, man.
Did you put it in a randomizer? How did you do that?
No. So 73% of the country had BYU, going on. I got that right. Yeah. Screw the Cougars. Yeah. Don't like them. And I don't know. I thought this was Purdue's, year to not wreck it. I didn't put too much into it, because I don't watch college basketball. If you're in the Heezy Discord in fantasy sports, they're all crapping on my bracket being busted, and I posted the Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I
fill out a bracket.
I just for a second, I forget every year how much I like college basketball until the tournament week where all the teams play their conference tournaments. I watch the Ducks whenever they're on. They're kind of hard to watch because of the Pac-12 network. Rest in ruin, not rest in peace. Yeah. But you're a pretty big Jazz fan, and yeah. I always forget how much defense is played in college, where these players are playing their hearts out every possession, and it's just so fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't have time. And I literally filled out my bracket while hosting a karaoke show that I was covering.
Nice.
I was like, all right, just whatever. And I picked a few upsets that I didn't, because you just throw a few random upsets in there, and those did not hit. So
it'll be kind of it for a little while, unless we do some kind of unless we find a way to do fantasy basketball for the playoffs. That's going to be fantasy for a little while in there, but there are other things to talk about in the Discord, whether it's your MTG drafts, whether it's your favorite TV shows. People recommend video games in there all the time. But one of the other things that's been happening that I wanted to call out is that people have been sharing this show. I've seen it across social media, people sharing the show, and the numbers suggest that it is working. So keep sharing it. Share it with friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your enemies, If you really hate this show, make sure to send it to an enemy so they, have to listen to it.
Even a dislike is an interaction, which helps. It's kind of,
Oh, I did notice that we only have 2 reviews two ratings on Spotify. So also go drop that 5-star. Go drop that 5-star. That's enough shilling. Let's give back. Let's just say that if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, you should do that, because we're going to give away a Nintendo console with whatever the newest Smash game is to a lucky subscriber. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Maybe we'll talk about Smash. Who knows? We are talking about Our Need to Nerd in March. It is March 30th as of the time of the recording. The perfect time to talk about Our Need to Nerd this month is at the end of the month. So, what are we doing? What are we doing next? And what's going on in the nerd news is what we cover on these episodes. And the other night, I watched, like you did last month, I watched Mean Girls. And I gotta say, it is fantastic. A complete and utter work of art. I loved everything about it. I enjoyed literally every second of the film. And it's not the same music from the musical, is it?
Some of them are. Some of them aren't.
Like the Regina George song is, because that's the girl.
Yeah.
She like played Regina on Broadway, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure as well. Yeah, Renee Rapp is amazing.
So it was just a hoot. And like the thing is, I can't remember if we talked about it on this podcast, but like, why wasn't this marketed as a musical?
You know, it's come up a couple of times, and I think with what one of my things that we're going to be talking about this episode, that there is a market for musicals, and I don't know why studios think that that's not the case. They feel like they have to like hide and shoehorn it in there. Like for example, like Wonka was Timothy Chalamet's Wonka is a adaptation from the musical, and it was a musical, and it wasn't marketed that way either. I think they feel like they're trying to reach the masses, but that's not. I don't know. It's not necessarily needed because people who love Mean Girls are going to go see Mean Girls, and people who like musicals are going to go see the musicals.
Dude, that I don't remember the name of the song. Is it the Alpha?
About the jungle, how like the high school's a jungle.
Yeah, dude, that musical number was so good.
Yeah.
Oh man. So if you haven't seen it and if you are like, oh man, like I love Mean Girls, but I don't know that I'm that into musicals, like just go watch it. Like you will enjoy it.
Yeah, I said it was like, and I didn't understand why it was getting all the like hate and flack, because it was a really good movie, and yeah. And
I don't remember if we talked about my next one. Like, because this just happened, so it didn't happen last month. At least, I don't know, the last month has been a blur for me. But I did catch up on Cobra Kai, so I'm all caught up, and I have a lot of thoughts. I'm really excited. I think we're doing that next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So that's when you pull up the calendar and confirm while I keep talking, Paddy.
Sure. Yeah.
Come on. No. You're a great host. Don't do that. No, I have so many thoughts on that season. There's a lot that happens. So, you're caught up already, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You
that is one of my things to do. Like that, I'm going to. As like my goals, my time is going to be a little bit limited on what I watch, so I'm going to make sure that I rewatch everything.
It's always good before we do the podcasts to keep it fresh. And then the Battlefield collection, or the Battlefront collection for Star Wars, came out across the board. And Patty, I am really glad that this game exists. I got to play it. It's the first-person shooter Maxwell's ever played. We've played a ton of it together now.
That's awesome.
It is as fun as I remember. Every game mode is great. Galactic Conquest is like out of this world, one of the most fun. Like I just finished a Galactic Conquest yesterday or the day before, and I was like, man, that was such a good time, just taking over the galaxy, one planet at a time, one space battle at a time. Getting used to the space combat controls again was took some time, but I'm talking about Battlefront 2 specifically. I haven't played 1 yet, but I'm like definitely into that. But it's just kind of amazing. That being said, now that I'm praised it, there are frustrations, and I totally get. Here's the thing. people, when there's like one bug in a video game these days, they're like, game is crap, unplayable, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's not true. I just played this game for like, I don't know, 40 hours. And I ran into some bugs. There was one specific bug that bugged me a lot, and I want to talk about it.
Okay.
So, you've played Battlefront 2, right?
I have. I played a lot of that game.
Yeah, so you know in the space battles how, like, it goes bomber, A-wing, X-wing, carrier, or whatever the variant of those ships are?
Sure.
There's a bug on one of the story mode levels, the Battle Above Coruscant specifically, where the headhunter ship, the X-wing like ship, won't load a second time. So, in order to beat the cannons at the on the sides of the entrance to the ship, you have to do it with either a Jedi Starfighter, which doesn't have good missiles, or you have to do it with the bomber, which means that you have to fly up. Well, you have to fly up under it because the bombs drop, right? Like,
right.
Because in Star Wars, bombs drop in space,
and then it goes like that.
Yes, and then it falls down, and so you can't direct hit it either. And we could, Max.
You don't have a helicarrier, like that.
Oh, there's another thing. Also, you can't get in the carrier ship at all on that level. It just doesn't work.
It's like broken or something.
It is broken.
Yeah, like as part of the story, like you have to.
Yeah. Anyway, so so if you are not the one to get into the headhunter, you just don't get that ship. And then if you die at any point in the level, the headhunter's gone.
Ugh. That sucks.
It was a frustrating bug. But that being said, there were some other ones like
have they fixed the live play yet?
I did live play yesterday for the first time.
Oh, okay.
So there wasn't a problem with live play. There just wasn't enough seats. They only had 3 servers.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you can get in a game. Like if you buy it on whatever you want to play it on.
Because that was my reservation, and like my buddy Tanner, who I did Anastasia with, we were all like talking about how excited we were for this game, how we were just going to do like traditional LAN parties, basically, of playing Battlefront with each other, and then it had that problem with like doing live, so I think we all just kind of didn't buy the game yet because.
Yeah. I got into a game within seconds yesterday. So
okay, perfect.
I don't know if they increased the servers. I think that it was a really bad launch day problem when 20,000 people are trying to get into 200 slots. But yeah, I mean, also, what does that say about how beloved this Star Wars game is?
Right.
Like
there's just so many people that love it that they broke it.
It's like they're like, there's no way they could have like known. They're like, oh my gosh, what are you supposed to do?
I don't know. Like, I don't know the whole back end stuff, but like knowing how beloved this game is for
how many servers? How many servers should they have had?
More than 3, maybe.
Well,
like
I agree with that more than 3, but like even at 10 or 20, I mean, at 20, you still would have. What is that?
20 times 64. I don't know. I'm bad at math.
I was trying to do it in my head. It's like 1,000 people.
Yeah. That's but that's just
it still means that half the people are always waiting.
Yeah, 1,200, 1,300. 1280 is the number.
But that's actually more. No, it's actually even more than that. There's 20,000 people trying to get into this game online.
Right, but like if you're going to have that problem, like
there's not a solution.
It's more than 3, greater than sign 3.
I agree that there should have been more than 3. I'm just saying, no matter what happened, people were going to wait.
Yeah, I guess.
I wonder how many servers they have now. Anyway, it's so fun, and so like like Max and I are playing the story mode right now of the second one, which is the one that follows the 501st Legion, which is just so good. Just such a good story. And then last week I got to try Helldivers with my constructive criticism co-hosts. And it was a really good time. I don't know if you Helldivers 2 specifically. I never got to play Helldivers 1, but it's a good time. Something that I would totally open up our Discord to if people want to jam games and play. It's pretty good time. For those who don't know, it's kind of this this alien shoot 'em up co-op game. It's a good time.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that was a game that people were playing during that month. So I've only heard good things.
And then kind of my last thing is I bought a Game Boy SP on the interwebs. I lost my Game Boy SP during my move to West Jordan. And I think I talked about this on the podcast many times that I was like, oh man, I really need to like buy another one. I have Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy Tactics sitting here, but it's that sound that when you turn it on is like so good. It actually makes me mad that when you turn on the Switch that it doesn't do the thing. So when you for those who don't know, the very first time you turn on the Switch, it does the Switch opening where it goes click and it like drops the Joy-Con on the opening screen, right? And that is the only time the Switch does it. Every other time you don't get the red screen, you get a black screen that just turns on the Switch. And you don't get the animation with the click. And it bugs me every time. I'm like, man, like I really want the click, but it
should be like a setting. What Nintendo? That should be a setting where you can turn it on or off after said first time. Where if you enjoy that experience, like you can make it available to people.
Right, and I get it. Like it's like, oh no, that takes more time to get into your game, right?
To your game.
Right?
Yeah.
So like they don't want to do it, but like I like it.
Yeah. So that would be like a cool setting to like be able to.
Would you turn it on?
Activate. Yeah, I think so. I forget. I'll have to when I buy a new Switch. I'll have to like figure it out and pay attention because I didn't know that was a thing. For when that happens.
What have you been up to?
So a couple things. I am all caught up on My Hero a second time. So we've watched it a second time, me and Shelby. We're caught up to where she was when we started watching, which was about when the new Hero Rankings episode came out. So that we did that. Shelby and I also we binged The Has-Been Hotel. It's a new show on Amazon. It is not for kids. I'll start there. Don't watch it with your kids. It's about Satan's daughter who is like trying to rehabilitate people and make them candidates for heaven. Heaven has these angels that will come down and exterminate people in hell. So it's this whole thing, and it's a musical. It's a really good show. There's like 8 episodes, and we just binged them. That was great.
I can't think of a musical TV show that I've watched.
Yeah, it's just like that is a good question.
Like literally, as you said that, I was like, have I watched a musical TV show before? That's interesting.
I mean, stuff has like songs, right?
Yeah. There's musical episodes of a lot of TV shows.
Sure. Yeah.
How we went to the moon. You know what I'm referencing.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm blanking it.
It's the Even Stevens episode where she gets influenza.
I had basic cable as a child, so I did not have Disney Channel or Nickelodeon.
Oh.
And then the other thing that has kind of consumed my bit of March, rehearsals start this week for another musical theater project. I auditioned for the Murray City's production of Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I've been cast as Quasimodo. So my time is going to be spent a lot there. But I'm really excited. It's the first time that I've ever been cast as like the lead in a show. Like I've been like the villain, I've been other side characters, but I've never been like the guy.
Dude, you're always the guy, Paddy.
Thank you. Thanks. And then this will also be the first time since high school that there will be a live orchestra with this.
Nice.
So I'm super pumped. I'm super excited to get going on it.
I'm excited to watch.
Yeah. And part of that, like since doing this, I know that I need to be a more active person because it's going to require a lot more of me physically. So I got a gym membership.
Woo! Hitting the gym, baby!
I've been the last few days been going. I did some like steady state cardio, and today I did 500 meters of like laps and sauna. So like that's been great. I
decided today to uninstall DoorDash from my phone to change my diet. So I feel you on the like, we're old, man. We gotta fix what's going on.
That's part of why, for what it's worth, that I've been saunaing is because like apparently there's some really good like with improving your blood circulation, helps with like your digestion.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
What's up next for you?
So first thing up next for me, playing Battlefront 2 with my friends, including Spencer. So I'm gonna have to now I have the confidence to purchase this game with that fixed. Even though there's some bugs, we'll do it. And then
they did just drop an update yesterday, so I assume that they are doing active bug fixes.
Perfect. That's awesome. So now that I am caught up with My Hero, I'm ready to start season 6. I'm going to try and catch up on Dragon Prince and some other Need to Nerd shows. And on Sundays when I'm not recording this show, gonna try and take those opportunities where I can to qualify for DC, because that would be really fun. Regional championship to go to.
Nice. Magic the Gathering Pioneer, huh?
Yeah, Pioneer and Outlaws of Thunder Junction looks interesting.
So for me, I want to beat my Game Boy games again. I've got like, it's so funny, like my backlog is crazy. Just like literally video games are falling out of this case. Like I got, before the big boom, like before the announcement of the DS, store going offline and stuff, I had already started a collection of like DS games and stuff. And I wish that I had done something similar with the Game Boy games a few years back, because man, are those expensive. But I do have 2 of my favorites. I'm going to play those a little more often. One of the things that I really loved about the Switch when I first got it was just the mobility of it. So just having a Game Boy again is in a handheld that I can play some of my favorites is going to be pretty cool. And then, I don't know, I think I realized this just kind of like this last week, that I don't really have like a go-to game for when I'm not wanting to play Magic or Smash. So I took a week off of playing Magic. I played my first match of Magic in over a week yesterday. Really fun. Really still love Magic the Gathering. It was just like, I don't know, sometimes you need a breather. And during that week, though, I just noticed, like, I played a lot of Star Wars and stuff, but I was like, man, I need my next Red Dead 2 or Valheim or Star Wars KOTOR. Like, I need that game that I can just dive in and go. And there's probably so many RPGs that would fulfill this for me that I am just missing out on. So we'll kind of see what I come up with. But if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments, whether it be on Spotify or on the YouTubes. And then also, I realized something scrolling through the interwebs. I haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse, and I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I just was like going through, I don't remember what stream, it might have been Netflix that was on, and I was like, wait a second. I still haven't seen this film. So, I gotta make time to watch that.
Yeah, that's long overdue. It's a very good movie.
Speaking of Spider-Man, let's go into the nerd news. The announcement that Spider-Man 4 is happening, and that Zendaya and our boy, Tom Holland, are both returning, came out this week. And that they would start filming in the fall. What do you think? Did you expect Zendaya?
Yeah.
You did?
Why not? I mean, like,
I don't know.
She's been, they left it open-ended at the end of Spider-Man.
Did they?
Yeah, where he's gonna go and do his new thing, but like, I don't know, time travels or the multiverse stuff is weird, and Tom Holland and Zendaya are great. So,
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that got me really excited. That everyone is coming back for the Beetlejuice sequel. You've got what's her bucket?
I love What's Her Bucket. What's Her Bucket is my favorite actress.
Right? They're the best. They're in so many things. So Winona Ryder is returning as Lydia. Jenna Ortega is, I think, playing her daughter. Michael Keaton's reprising his role. So I'm stoked. I love the original. We watch it every Halloween.
But that should be our Halloween episode this year.
Okay, sweet. Book it.
Yeah,
we gotta.
I think anytime that you get a sequel that's like a beloved franchise where everybody comes back, I mean, usually is a good sign. Whereas, like, if there are people missing, you're like, why? What's going on here? Why did we make a change here?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of things that dropped, news that dropped, the My Hero Season 7 trailer 2 just dropped. And it's looking like pretty exciting. I got the chance to watch it. After you watch Season 6, you should watch it.
Okay. Yep.
But it is... I would not be surprised if this is the penultimate season of My Hero Academia.
Is it like the best or like the season finale?
The penultimate means the one before the last one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, but
cool.
The manga is almost over anyway, and so we're gonna we're nearing the end. So, and then kind of the last bit of nerd news to kind of talk about is Thunder Junction previews. NDG Cowboys. Outlaws. Committing crimes. Doing things. You know what, dude? I'm not gonna lie. These previews have made me want to play Red Dead every time. Like, I see, like, a lizard in a cowboy hat riding a salamander. I'm like, that makes me want to do. I wanted to talk about this because I don't really get to talk about like my opinions, like on like I don't know my opinions on Magic as much on my Magic podcast. Right, it's more strategy focused,
Right.
and I just think that the reaction to this set is so funny. Like I sent a card to my friend Quentin, and he's like, oh, that card's sick, but I never want to see an angel in a cowboy hat ever again. And I was like, what is happening? And I don't know. I think that sometimes Magic players take Magic way too seriously, and like they're like people are like, oh, the set's too strong. Oh, the set's too cheesy. Everything's a joke, and it's like people are calling it the filler set of the story and like all this stuff, and it's like, man, I just want to sling Magic cards, and I just there are like legitimate problems that I think the set shows in Magic that are not what people are complaining about. Like, for example, Petty B, what does a legendary creature mean? Like, is just every creature a legendary creature now?
I guess. Like,
What
if you have a name,
what makes them legendary?
If you have a specific name, you're a legend.
I have a name. Does that make me a legend, Patty?
Yes, you are legend. Wait for it.
Dairy.
Legendary. Yep.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on this this cowboy western set?
Like, there's a lot of really powerful cards. Plot got me really excited. I would love to cast Tybalt off of Thibblethip. And I don't know, like, there's a lot. It's weird seeing characters from other planes, like, here, right? Like, seeing Olivia and all these Innistrad people, it just, like, doesn't feel right. And I get what people are saying with, like, the joke stuff, because, like, there's a lot of, like, holy cow is a card.
Dude, I love it, though.
The whole Roadrunner
and Coyote cow. Thing. His name is Holy Cow.
Yes, the creature's name is Holy Cow.
I'm here for it, man. I think it's great.
Like, it's fine as long as the stuff like works and doesn't do like crazy things that like break the game. It's not an unset. Like, but it does feel like it's like Mark had his like salt sprinkle of like naming the things to be punny and silly.
Fair enough. I don't know.
So,
I don't know. I'm a big fan. It's funny. Like I at first, as far as I can tell, it seemed like everybody loved this start to this preview season, and then as it went on, people started to be like, okay, either the set's too powerful or it's too corny, or like, and I don't know. Can we just like enjoy stuff again?
Yeah.
Like, can we just like, I don't know. I thought it was really funny. Michaela, shout out, tweeted, like, so wait, a mount can mount a mount? And I was like, it's like this time in Pro Tour testing where our smuggler's copter got into, like, our elf got into our copter that got into our Sky Sovereign. And it was like, there's a helicopter in that boat. And it's, I don't know, that's funny.
Yeah. I'm excited for Final Showdown. As a blue-white control lover, instant speed, 6 mana, destroy all creatures is sweet.
Yeah, I also think that, like, there's so many cool stuff. Like, the equipment that, like, exiles a creature, that you can copy a creature, yoink their Shieldreds. I don't know, there's cool stuff. Getting a little Magic heavy here, but I just want to say, like, 1, we needed another powerful set for Pioneer anyway, and 2, Holy Cow is great. So, if you want to suggest a topic, every month or two, we sit down, we decide what we're going to talk about. You have a chance in the YouTube comments or on the, of course, Spotify. And then, of course, please drop that 5-star review on Spotify. Or a 4, I'll take 4s. I ain't greedy.
Yeah.
Patty B, where can people find you?
So they can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at PattyBMTG, and on TikTok at PattyB.
What are you
I'm going to be posting. I'm going to see if I can post some like theater stuff. I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm really bad about recording TikToks for this show, so being maybe just like forcing myself to do it more for other things will improve it here. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to post a TikTok for this week's show, probably about Star Wars. I already did one on the Heezy Media one because I just thought it was so funny that the bombs dropped. But yeah, you can follow that at NeedToNerdPod. On TikTok, you follow me at Heezy Game. You can also follow Heezy Media at Heezy Game on TikTok. And, like, subscribe. Wait, did I not tell the story of me saving the kitten?
No.
I didn't tell it last time?
Maybe? I don't know.
I had to have told it. I don't know why that's in the show notes. I definitely told the story of me saving the kitten that was lying in the middle of the freeway and that then jumped in a pond.
Oh, yes. You did do that last time. Yes.
But if you like and subscribe, I'll do it again. I will. I will save another kitten's life. Thank you, everybody, so much, and we'll see you all next time with another episode of the Need to Nerd podcast.